What up, everybody? What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Shaq Cook. And guess what? This is season 3 of Keeping It Real with Shaquille. I didn't even announce this yet. I just decided to do this last minute. Why? Because we can do it. Guys, welcome back to season 3. The official season will start on April the 11th, where we will be announcing our scholarship. But first and foremost, let me thank you guys. Everybody who's been supporting us since day one. I want to thank you guys for supporting us, man. I want to thank you guys for all that you guys have been doing, supporting the show, supporting the vision. I want to give a shout out to my wife who isn't here with me, who's been making sure I've been good. Also, thank you guys for supporting the College Football Highlight, the podcast. It's been growing. It's been going very well. And guys, I've been enjoying it, man. And I hope you guys have been too. So this actually here, we decided to just do this last minute spare of the moment. Because, hey, why not? If you got the opportunity to do it, why not do it? So this will be our promo for season 3. But I have a very special guest with me here today. My own blood brother, someone who I love dearly, someone who's been like this with me since day one. Former North Carolina State football standout player. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to Hakim Jones. What's going on, bro?
It's a blessing to be here, my
Blessing
brother.
to be here, man.
You know,
Welcome to the show, finally. Officially here. We wanted to get it done last year, but I couldn't get it done in season 2, but I finally got you here on season 3. I actually was able to get you to kind of like be on camera a little bit, like whatever that was, but
it's official.
We are here now.
Most definitely.
We're here now, so welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, man. It's a blessing to be here once again, man. I mean, it's came a long way since season 1.
Appreciate it, man.
A long way. It's beautiful. We got a full studio.
Full-blown studio.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, wait. I wanna do something to the camera.
It's gorgeous.
Boom. That way you won't see anything else besides us.
I like it. It's gorgeous.
Man, so how's everything been?
Everything's been good. Life's been great. Treating me great. Still abundantly blessed. Like, I couldn't ask for a better life right now. I'm still trying to progress, you know.
Yeah.
Still trying to keep advancing.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm happy and things like that. 'Cause the end goal is still be happy.
Absolutely.
So I'm still pushing towards that.
Speaking of happiness, I mean, football. Football has been your thing since you were a kid.
Right.
And honestly, I remember when we first started playing middle school football,
Mm-hmm.
you would leave practice and then go play a football game for the Bulldogs.
Right.
Like, you know, I remember this stuff.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, we do have his flag from NC State, and we also have his official jersey.
It's not for sale.
It's not for sale, so no boosters. But we have an official game-worn jersey with his name on the back, too. I mean,
Right.
if you see me with NC State gear, and this is Spider-Man. We're going to hang this thing back up. So, I mean, let's talk a little bit about your experience as a college football player now. Everybody dreams about going to Division I.
Right.
Everybody. But as we all know, is that it takes a lot more than just going to practice. It takes a lot more than just listening to the coach. You have to kind of promote yourself and do some extra work on the side. So what was the process like for you to make it to Division I?
Honestly, it took a lot of work behind, you know, closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. Like, being good on the field was one thing, but being good in the classroom was a whole other thing. Doing things outside of practice was a whole other thing. A lot of players, they're good, you know, on the field.
Yeah.
Personally, I felt like me doing good in the classroom, me putting in extra work was going to get me over that hump. And ultimately, it did.
Yeah.
You know, because every day after practice, even when football season turned to basketball season, I'm running extra. I'm doing extras. I want to be that guy that's on the field at all times. And that's how I was in high school.
Wow.
And I knew the more film that I had, you know, special teams, the more film that I had, you know, making tackles, making all these different plays. All right, I found ways to make easy plays look hard.
Right.
I found ways to make hard plays look easy. You know, and that's what, you know, got me over that hump.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to put in so much work in the classroom. I took hard classes to make my GPA go higher. You know, I took AP class, I took honors, I did all those things to boost my GPA. Because it's one thing being a good athlete with bad grades.
Right.
But nothing to be an average athlete, kind of good sometimes with, you know what I'm saying, excellent grades.
Right.
And then college is going to take that player who's, you know what I'm saying, decent on the field, does the right thing on the field, doesn't really make mistakes, not super flashy, and he has good grades versus a guy who's always flashy with bad grades. They're going to rather take their average players, they can train them into wherever they want. And that's the guy that I feel like I was. Like, I made my plays, I was flashy from time to time, but at the end of the day, I was all about the business. I was all about, you know, going in and handling my business, doing my job, and just working hard, working extra.
Yeah.
And that's what got me through.
You
That's
know,
what ultimately got me that scholarship.
That's funny that you mentioned that because we were playing the March Madness game back in Henderson today, and another standout athlete from Southern Advance, he said that when schools would come to see him, actually, he said Virginia Tech, and I think he said another North Carolina school, actually came to the high school, and the coaches didn't even bother to call him out of the classroom because they knew that he didn't have the GPA.
Right.
So it's very important for you guys who are athletes who are planning to go Division I or planning to, take your talent to the next level as a student athlete. It's very important to not only be great on the field, not even just football, but any sport, but you have to be great in the classroom as well. It's important because even when you do get to college, you still got to be great in the classroom. So, and for you, this leads into my next question because you played in the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Right.
That's a Power 5 school. You have teams, Clemson just won a national championship. You played against Clemson at Death Valley.
Yeah.
You played against Clemson at Carter Finley Stadium.
Yeah.
And, you have great talent. You played against Jameis Winston. You played, and he won the Heisman, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay? You played against Jameis Winston on the field. You played against Sammy Watkins. Players who have made their impact and left their mark in the ACC.
Right.
How can someone, a football player or any athlete, make their mark at a Division I university in a Power 5 conference?
Honestly, you make your mark just like you do everywhere else in life, and that's just by going about doing the right things all the time. And that was me. I made sure I always did the right thing. I was always on time and stuff. I always sat there after practice watching film. I always sat in workouts and did extra.
Yeah.
I was always the guy doing extra, making sure that I was prepared for the next moment, the next step. All right, and like I said, it's hard to adapt to change to something you're not used to.
Yeah.
And every day I made sure it was a change for me. Every day I made sure I was improving in some way. So I couldn't get complacent where I was.
Right.
If I'd have got complacent, I would have still been this guy coming in from high school, 180, not really getting too much playing time. And I had to make sure I kept advancing to get playing time. Because players all around me, they're still working out. They're still grinding, even when you aren't really, grinding.
Right.
There's always somebody out there grinding, getting better. So why not let somebody be in you? Make that somebody you.
That's true.
Like that guy is out there grinding.
That's true.
And that's how when I work at the West, that's how I work. And every time I, left class after workout, the end of the day if I'm bored, after my schedule, end of the day if I'm bored, I go to the gym. I get some extra stuff in to make sure I'm gaining the weight that I need to gain. Make sure I'm getting the recovery that I need to get.
Wow.
To keep advancing. And it's all about watching film too. I watched those guys against James. I had 5 PBUs against James Winston the year he won the Heisman. And that just came from watching film. I knew a play was coming by the formation. Period. I knew what Cal Bidden was going to run. I knew what Kenny Shaw was going to run. I knew what these kids were going to run. For sure, I knew they were going to run before it even happened.
Wow.
I'm cheating plays that way. Making plays that way. Honestly, that's how it happened.
So, in other words, you weren't just a beast on the field. And in order for you to be a beast on the field, you had to be a beast in everything else. You had to be a beast when you were working out. You said, okay, when you wasn't in the classroom, when you wasn't on the field, you were in the gym. You always made great use of your time, and that's what it took for you to get the advantage. So that kind of leads me into my next question: is how can you encourage somebody to continue to take advantage of spared time? You know how they say time and your mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Right.
But Eric Thomas said that you have to be willing at any given moment to sacrifice who you are for who you will become. So what can you say to somebody who is literally who has spare time but not taking full advantage of it?
Well, first of all, is achieving that spare time, getting that spare time, especially as an athlete in college. That's the target audience you're going to. It starts with you making that schedule for your routine.
Right.
All right, because your success is in your routine no matter what you do. No matter what you do. You have to map up your days so that you are sure that you have time to have free time.
Right.
If that makes sense to you. All right, because you're going to have practice, you're going to have workouts, you're going to have film sessions, you're going to have class, you're going to have study hall. And free time is hard to fit in if you don't have it all mapped out. At exact times. But when it comes to that free time, in order to take advantage of it, you must know what you're going to do during that free time as well.
Yeah.
If you want a social life, boom, that's your free time going to go. If you got a girlfriend, boom, that's what your free time is going to go. But relationships are going to fail if you don't have it mapped out. Because you're not going to have time for your girlfriend. You're not going to have time for a social life. And it's all important in college. It's all important in life, period. To make sure you make time for everything in your life to keep you happy, to keep you stress-free.
So success.
Exactly.
So success is in your routine.
Success is in your routine.
So like you have to plan these things out. You have to map it out. You have to live it out.
Exactly.
Wow. So I mean, now we have the opportunity to have Hakim here. So guys, I failed to mention this at the beginning, but make sure that you guys are posting questions so this way we can actually answer some questions for you. If you have any questions for Hakim near the end of the show, make sure that you guys are taking the time to post some questions that you may have, because I mean, time is limited. You know, I mean, I don't know next time I'm going to see this guy. So make sure that you guys ask some questions, so that way at the end we have a Q&A session for this promo episode. So game day. Game day is always lit. It's always lit. And I say it's always lit because I'm yelling, probably getting the cops called on me at home watching on television. Yeah. You lived it out on the field. You went to Death Valley and played against Sammy Watkins. You played against Jameis Winston at home here in Raleigh. Sold out games. Like, you had the experience of playing sold out games. Right. So, I mean, the distractions are huge. How did you stay focused on the field? Because if you get caught up in the crowd, the play may start, boom, touchdown, and it's all on you. So how did you remain focused in the game?
It's just a matter of knowing how to tune it out. Just like in life, you got to tune certain people out. You know, and I made this, well, the crowd was so loud, first of all, that you don't hear anything. Yeah. All right? You don't hear anything. You can't hear the person beside you. You can't hear the coach. You can't hear anything. It's so loud. No matter where you are, unless you're playing like a smaller school who don't have as big of a stadium, not a full crowd. But at the Carter, Death Valley, Florida State, those kind of schools, even if you played in Tennessee and Georgia one time. Right. Those places are places where you can't hear anything. So it's all about having signals. It's all about trusting in your training. You got to trust in what you believe in pretty much. And you only believe in what you've been practicing. Right. All right. And if you haven't been practicing, you haven't been working out, you haven't put in the time, you're not going to have a belief system. And having a belief system and just trusting in everything is what's going to help you in the moment of truth. All right, and of course you're going to be nervous. You're going to be scared at first. After the first couple plays, the first tackle, my first tackle for me, I was always nervous until my first tackle. After my first tackle, I was good. Make a miss, I'm good. All right, let's play ball. All right, but it's all a matter of, preparing for that first tackle to make sure you make it. Right. All right, because at the end of the day, your training is what you had to fall back on. Because I was never the fastest kid. Never. Right. All right, it was all my technique. I had to watch film, I had to do this, I had to do that. And when I was over-prepared, I was playing my best games. So I always knew what play was coming based on formation, based on where certain players was lined up at. All right, I knew where the ball was coming based on this, based on that. And you had trust in that training. Yeah. And like you said, it's very easy to get distracted by outside sources. Right. But you can't get distracted by that, because once you get distracted by it, like I said, well, like you said, they're going to score on you, period. Once you're distracted, it's over for you. They're gone. So you got to make sure you train to a point where you can't get distracted. You don't think about the crowd. You can't think about your mom. You can't think about anybody in the crowd that you could potentially wave at, that you're looking for. Like, none of that matters after the game. Right. I never knew who was in the crowd until after the game. I'm not sitting there looking for my mom. Oh, wow. Even on kickoff team, I go out there, I'm like, you know what I'm saying, let's go, all this and all that. I only see who in the crowd. I don't. I just go over there and try to hype the crowd up, part of the game. All right, because I was all about the show. I was all about adrenaline. The more adrenaline I had, the better I played. I never looked, look at my mom, I could play now. Right. I was never that guy. High school, yes. Basketball, high school basketball. What's up, mom? Like, it is what it is. I'm about to go out here and ball on these kids. But the talent level was so different, Right. I was the best in high school. I get to college, everybody's like me. Everybody's the best. Everybody was the man in high school. So it's preparation that sets you apart. Right. In high school. In college.
Well, let's talk a little bit about NC State athletes, because you said you were the best in high school, but then you go off to college. Right. Everybody was the best in high school. Everybody was great. Yeah. Like Eric Thomas said when he talked to you guys, you were worshipped in high school. Some of you guys have been worshipped. Now you come here, you got to make your mark. And NC State produced athletes like Phillip Rivers, Russell Westbrook, and recently Bradley Chubb, who you had the opportunity to play with. So you mentioned that you had to be on beast mode pretty much all the time to actually produce on the field. But did you get any inspiration from playing with guys who you actually personally witnessed go pro?
Yeah. Well, the thing about that, you can kind of tell in college who's going to go to the NFL. Right. That makes sense based on how they perform, that motor and things like that. And my thing was trying to get them to continue to love football. Because it's hard to love football and perform at a high level at that level, period, because it's a business.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Like they're recruiting, they're trying to recruit over you to recruit better every single year. Versus high school, you got to get lucky to get a player better than the player you already got started.
Yeah.
All right, but in college, they can recruit over you. They can do this. They can do that. It's a business. It's all about getting these kids to stay at that school for the betterment of your team. And I was always a team player in college. Like, if a kid better than me, like, you got to prove it. I'm not just going to get beat out for my position if you think you're better than me. Like, you try to recruit over me, you got to make sure this kid's better than me and come in and play.
Right.
And that never happened to me.
Wow.
There was never anybody that could recruit and could play over because I'm going to outwork you, period.
Right.
Like, period. But those guys, I was really proud to see them guys go pro. Like, Josh Jones was my roommate. Justin Bird's my roommate.
Right.
Seeing those guys go pro, it meant a lot to me. I still talk to them all the time.
Right.
Bradley Chubb, so you know his story. And he was a young boy when he came in, when I was playing with him, and he was always hyped. We knew he was going pro. Easy. He loved the game. There's very few players in college that love the game, and that kid loved the game.
Yeah.
Loved it. And he's going to last in the league for a long time because he loved playing the game. He generally has fun playing.
So, like, you know, part of being successful with it is that love, that passion, that requirement. And you have the experience, I want to talk about this. The higher you go, it can tend to suck the love and the passion out of the game, out of anything.
Right.
So, after graduation, after your last bowl game against Mississippi State, you actually played against Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Before he went off to the Cowboys. I was there to witness that game,
Yeah,
so I'm
you were,
proud
you
of it,
were.
right? So, you graduated and on to the NFL. Talk about your experience, the short amount of time that you had in the NFL, who you know you had signed a contract with, and then what happened, and then the transition afterwards.
Well, as you know, I signed with the Giants after the draft. Ended up cutting me, but honestly, during that whole process, because after college football ends, you immediately go into training for the NFL, for the combines, for the pro days, things like that. I didn't get invited to the combine, like I say, it's a high safety class. End up going undrafted, end up signing. But that's when you really begin to see that how much of a business it is.
Right.
Because it's scouts coming in. I went to a bowl game after the season.
Right.
And you start seeing scouts ask you certain questions about, like, on this day, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Like, do you have any charges? They know everything about you somehow, some way. It's a way they know, but they know. I don't know how they know it, but they know everything about you. And they ask, like, do you love football? And I'll tell people, no, like, I don't. At the end of the day, I don't love football. Like, I don't.
You were that brutally honest
I don't.
as a Division I player to say that I don't love football.
I didn't. I told them I don't. Because I remember talking to the Pittsburgh Steelers. This guy named something White. His last name was White. I remember talking to this guy. He was like, do you really love playing football? I said, no. He looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, I don't. So I love my family. I love my brothers.
Right.
Talking about you all.
Right.
That's the only thing I really love. I don't love playing football. I don't. I do it because I'm good at it.
Yeah.
But do I love it? No. I love my girlfriend. I love my family. I love my boys. That's who I love. That's what I love.
Wow.
But after that, I don't love anything. I don't read. I love God, obviously, but
Right.
I don't. Football is not what I was put on this earth to do. At the end of the day, I didn't believe that. I just happened to be decent in it. I worked to get good in it.
Right.
Like, I worked to get good in basketball. I worked to get good in baseball. It's another one of those things that I worked to get good at. But I can see myself playing football my entire life. Like, I put in work so I could compete, so I could be good. But at the end of the day, it's not what made me happy. Don't get me wrong. Game day, I'm crunk. I'm happy.
Right.
But all the outside stuff that came along with it, all the media, all the coaches, all the stress that came along with it, I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. That's what took the love out. Because in high school, it's all good.
Right.
Practice, fun. Game day, fun. Nothing else came with it. It was just fun, and I loved it back then. The moment I got to college, like you said, it turned into a business. And once it turned into a business,
The heart kind
it
of
was gone.
goes out. Wow.
It was gone.
Because as you know, Dave Dorian, he just got a contract extension.
Right.
And a lot of people weren't necessarily so happy about that. But you looked at it differently, and it's different for you because you actually experienced Dave as a personal head coach versus everybody just watching Dave and the plays that he called during the game. And so when everybody was kind of upset about Dave getting an extension, you had a different opinion on it. And why was that?
Well, the reason is because, for one, anybody that actually played for him, they will agree with me 100%. Because, honestly, as people say, that argument is like, he hasn't won a meaningful game. He hasn't done this, he hasn't done that. But at the end of the day, if you look at the success rates for his players, like they're either in the league or they're successful in their careers.
Right.
Because he taught us all how to be, you know, better men, better people.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I was a very like audacious type of player. I went out, I did things my way on the field.
Right.
That's my game style. That's how I always played. Like I'm gonna be flashy, I'm gonna be this guy like making plays, doing this, doing that, and celebrating after. That was me, period. And when he came in, he allowed me to do those type of things, and I was really like intrigued by his coaching style.
Wow.
I loved it. So when he came in, it was just a matter of, you know, buying into his new system. So I knew at the end of the day he was going to recruit his guys. We weren't his guys. He didn't recruit us. We weren't his guys. All right, but he came in, having meetings with us, being real with us, like, I'm going to give you all a shot because at the end of the day, you guys got some experience. At the end of the day, you were recruited here for some reason. I'm going to figure out what that reason is.
Right.
He just threw us in the trash. And he was that guy where he just taught us how to be better people. He wasn't that coach where most coaches in college football and the league, they only care about their job. They don't care about the outside things. They don't care about their players, if that makes sense. You know, they care about winning games. That's the only thing they care about. But Dorian made sure you were good people on the field and off the field. All right, he made sure everybody was doing the right thing. Everybody.
And that takes a lot. Like, that shows the love of the individual. Like, to me, that says, son, I love you regardless if you get an interception or if you get beat on the play. When you get off the field, I'm still gonna. My love for you isn't gonna change. Right. It isn't based on your success.
Right. And
wow, I see.
And the thing about that, I remember playing against who was it? Maybe Clemson. My junior or senior, I had the worst game of my life. Terrible game. I'm like missed a few tackles. I mean, I ended up with like 10 tackles, but Clemson came me the entire game. Like they came me the entire game. Missed a few tackles, got beat on a couple plays. Like they came to our side the entire game on their sideline. And after the game, I'm like, I'm about to get cussed out. I'm about to get this. I'm about to get that. But he was the first person to say, like, just get better this week. Yeah. You know, get better. Don't worry, that's in the past. Period. At the end of the day, you had 12 tackles in the PBU. On a stat sheet, that looks amazing.
Right.
Like, you look amazing with 12 tackles. Like, could have been 20 if you would have made them all. You could have had like 3 PBUs. You made this play, that play. But he said, hey, I know who you are.
Exactly.
You know, I know what you can do. Like, I'm not giving up on you. And that meant everything because I was down.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, you get all these mentions, especially a game that's on ESPN.
Right.
Because, you know, my thing, you're on TV, everybody watching you, all the bars watching you, people watching you at home, all the truth, like hundreds of thousands of people watching you play ball. At bars, at home, everywhere. You know, and when you make a play, hey, let me find this kid on the internet. Let me find this kid on Twitter. Let me find this kid on Instagram. You know, so after these games, you get all these mentions. You know, and right after the game, I wasn't one to, you know, go on and, hey, let me see what they're talking about. Let me see what they're saying about me. I wasn't that guy. You know, but on Sunday, it's like, oh, I'm bored. Let me hop on the ground. Let me hop on Twitter. And you see, like, 100+ mentions. Here we go. Let me see what they're talking about. Let me see who mentioned me. Oh, it's my girlfriend. Okay, hey, blah, blah, blah. She's tagging me and stuff. Oh, it's my friend from high school. Oh, it's my boy. Like, we good. But then you got those messages like, oh, you suck. How'd you get a scholarship?
Wow.
Oh, boom.
Yeah.
You need to transfer. Oh, boom. You cost us the game. Oh, boom. Like, all these messages.
Right.
All right, but being a head coach that goes in like, hey, don't worry about the outside world. Because the outside world is going to only treat you differently based on whether you win or lose. I don't want people to treat you, they just treat you different. Like, it ain't much different between winning and losing. Right. Except how people on the outside treat you. Yeah. And when you lose, they treat you terrible. Right. It's bad. But the moment you win, fair weather, they right back on you. They love you. It's less mentions because you're doing the right thing. Right. But at the end of the day, they love you once you win. But the moment you lose, it's your fault. It's this, it's that. Fire Coach Dorian. Fire Coach Huxtable. Fire this coach. Fire that coach. Like, it's fair weather. And I always hate that about the game. Right. All right, fans like that. But you can only control what you can control. Yes, all right? And Dorian was a guy who made sure he was controlling what he can control. He made sure he was doing the right things. He made sure things were in place. Like, you get that man $10 million a year, and I'm going to agree with it. Period. You know, because he was a great guy. And most people hate him.
It's more than just winning.
A lot more than just winning.
More than just winning.
Because he wanted you to be a better person. Like, if you're a better person, based on what he put you through, based on what he helped you with, he was happy. Right. He didn't care about winning and losing. Because he knew the wins were going to come with the territory.
And you know what? We got a very special guest coming in. And look, matter of fact, grab that right there. Oh, grab that phone because I want to go ahead and I want to go on over to answer some questions. Guys, we have another Division I football player that just stepped on in, coming in the studio.
coming in the studio.
He was a star standout linebacker for North Carolina Central, another Division I school.
Right.
Everybody, Reggie Hunter is in the building. You guys are getting a 2-for-1 special. Reggie, get over here, man.
Come on to the camera.
Get over
man.
here. Get over here.
Come
Look.
on to the camera, my
Look,
brother.
I'm going to make some room. Matter of fact, hand me that. I need to see the camera. I need to see that. Everybody, give it up for Reggie Hunter. What's up, baby?
How you doing?
Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, man. Look, I'm in the
Check
middle.
y'all out.
So I have a safety right here. I have a linebacker right here. So, I mean, we living it up. So we were just talking about the college football experience. Just it's different in high school. And, Hakim played for NC State. You played for North Carolina Central. Just briefly discuss a little bit about the transition for you from high school to college and how you left your mark at NC Central.
I had to start all the way over.
Yeah.
When I was coming from Southern Vans, I was just, learning-wise, I was just always blitz.
Right.
Didn't know nothing,
Right.
as in knowing plays, learning. I just learned what cover 2 was as soon as I got to college. So, like I said, it's just learning the plays and all that, and the playing style, and looking at the different type that the offense give you.
Yeah.
And so Hakim was talking about after the game, especially after a televised game, if you look online, you see primarily what's highlighted is the mistake you made. Oh, you missed a tackle. Oh, how'd you get a scholarship? All this crazy stuff. There are a lot of outside sources that actually go into football as well. So how did you manage to deal with all that and still keep your mind in the game?
With me, my story, like I said, I was a walk-on at North Carolina Central. So my job, from my point of view, for me, I just wanted to get on the field and just play,
Yeah.
Just be able to run down the field or something. So, like I say, from trying to get scholarships and all that, I never put that in my perspective of trying to play. So, like I said, I just been a walk-on. Like I say, me and Mike, we both came from the same place. His
Right.
story is way different from mine.
Right.
And mine's, vice versa. So, like I say, just being a walk-on made me strive to where I wanted to be at.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Like motivation. And then last but not least, while we got you here, because guys, I want you guys to ask Reggie some questions too. Life after football, life after college football. So you had the opportunity to play for a little while with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then, things obviously probably didn't go as planned, but now you're still playing professional football. So talk a little bit about your time with Jacksonville and what you're doing now.
With that time with them, it was a great opportunity. Like I said, just being able to stay with them for the whole preseason. Like I said, you got guys that don't make it through the whole preseason.
Right.
But being able to stay with them, like I said, I learned a lot from a lot of veterans. Had like Tevin Smith, Miles Jack. Like I said, just learning from them, learning what they know, and also learning from what the coaches, what they want you to do. Just learning. And like I say, and at the same time, I didn't do a lot of partying, but when it was time to enjoy yourself, like I said, I took the opportunity to enjoy myself. Like I said, living that lifestyle, like I say, I felt like when I came back here, it's a whole different lifestyle for me.
Yeah.
But living that lifestyle of, okay, I'm hanging with guys that they got big money,
Right.
Living with them. So like I say, that experience, that was one experience I would never, that I would love. Like I say, I love, and like I say, I wish I can get back. But like I say, I'm loving the experience. Like I say, I'm hanging with y'all guys. I'm loving that. So like I say, that's one experience that I like, and I still love. Like I say, as me still trying to persuade my career of being a professional.
No, I gotta ask this question since you actually played with Jacksonville. Did you get a chance to see Leonard Fournette?
Yeah, that guy right there. He threw a lot of jokes at me. That's one thing I got.
Yeah, they got real.
Hey, shout out to Leonard Fournette. Yeah. Here goes Spider-Man again, man. Who cares? You know what? I'm gonna put the jersey on, man.
Guys, put the jersey on.
Because listen, these guys actually played collegiate football. I just watched them. It's a
a
real NC State jersey with the ACC logo on it. So, all right, so you hung out. I mean, Leonard Fournette, who was obviously like a first-round draft pick, you actually had a chance to get some jokes cracked on you by the Leonard Fournette to play for LSU.
Yes.
And so, Hakim, how about you? Did you ever see Odell Beckham?
I did when I first got there, but he was type of, I ain't gonna say he weird, but he was type to sit in his locker, whatever. He always scrolling on the ground, whatever. Like, you walk in there, what's up, all this and all that, but it's like he wasn't really fazed by anything. He kind of to himself and played by his own rules, for real. Which, as you saw in the media, like, A lot of locker room stuff that went on.
Yeah.
That's the reason. That was like his downfall from New York. That's pretty much why they traded him. You know, all the stuff that went on behind the scenes. Because New York wasn't really having that. With new staff, GM, you know, all about that, like, hooping and hollering. You know, most GMs in the NFL aren't about that anyway. Like, if you're hooping and hollering loud in the NFL, no matter how good you are, they're going to get rid of you. And somebody's gonna take a chance on you, but they're going to get rid of you. Like, you see these guys, whatever, but it's like, you know, at the end of the day, they're still people. A lot of people you see, like, aren't celebrities to me, like to us. Yeah. And he's going to tell you the same thing, but you see people in the street, oh, he a millionaire, he this, he that. And they're regular people.
Right,
you know, to us,
right.
I'm not going to go up to a person like, yo, let me get a picture. Let me get this, let me get that. At the end of the day, like, I got millionaire friends too.
Right.
I know people got millions. I know people throw me $100 just because it's Sunday. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's like,
cash out.
It's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
All right. Last question before we get into the fan questions. You were presented with the Michael J. Hardy Award. It says, presented to Hakim Jones, exhibit a winning attitude. I'm going to show this to everybody. This is what Spider-Man was holding up because we couldn't find anything else. So that's how you know we keeping it real with Shaquille because we ain't learned about, you know.
Spider-Man had our back.
Yeah, Spider-Man had our back. Shout out to the Avengers.
Rest in peace,
Stan
Lee.
Rest in peace, Stan Lee. How did you earn this award? So how did that? What was that process?
Well, first of all, I knew because me and Justin Burris, we were the two DBs who got an award. And I knew either he was gonna get DB of the year, or get that, or I was gonna get DB of the year, get that. It's one or the other. At the end of the day, like I felt like he was a more complete DB. It is what it is. He was a cornerback. He on an island all game playing ball, and like get it, Justin Burris. He deserved it. Boom. I'm not mad about that. But I pretty much got that because I asked Coach White, like, yo, like, who made the decision, whatever. Just joking with him. He was like, I gave you that because you were the type of player who cared about winning. You didn't care how it got done. You didn't care who was in the game. You didn't care whether you had this play, whether Pratt, who was my backup at the time, who about to get drafted, probably second round. He didn't care whether he was in the game, I was in the game. It's all about winning to me at the end of the day. I want us to get a win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care who win the game. I was saying when in high school. You know what I mean? If I'm on the sideline not balling, know I can go out there and ball. Man, how we had that time we came we want to support you, we was on the bench. You know what I mean? And I'm all about seeing the team win. If I know I can help the team win, I'm not out there helping the team win.
That's true.
Like I'm hurt.
Selfless.
If I know that, you know, so somebody behind me can help the team win better than I can, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know, so I can live with that. And that was always my attitude. I was always helping the players behind me, you know what I'm saying, become better players. That was my thing. I want everybody to be good. And even Reggie, like, I'm hearing Reggie up in college, like, helping him with stuff, like, telling him what's good, like, just put him through different things that, you know, so I know it can help. I'm watching Reggie play. Finding ways to watch Reggie play. You know what I mean? Like, saying what can get better at things that he can do. You know what I'm saying? Because I played with Reggie for years.
Right.
You know, and when he got to college, like, I was the first one. I'm in his fan club. Boom. I support my dog. Knowing he about to get a scholarship. I said the scholarship going to come. You walk on there, the scholarship going to come. Just trust in the process. Keep pointing to the process. Like, it's going to come. All you do is keep balling. Like, I was lucky to get a scholarship at State. You know what I mean? And that scholarship was going to come from Reggie, too. And I knew it because of the way he worked. You know, you're not outworking that man. Period. Yeah. It's in his blood. It's in his DNA. You're not outworking him. So I knew he was going to be successful.
Hey, outwork yourself. And guys, you had the opportunity tonight on this episode to hear from two. Not only just one, two. One was planned and the other, look, he just came in at the right time.
Yeah.
Two Division I college athletes.
You never know who's coming to the studio.
You never know who's coming to the studio. I mean, you never know what's going to happen here on Keeping It Real with Shaquille. And then they both have NFL experience. So without further ado, now it's time for you guys to ask questions. So I need to get that other phone over there right quick. I mean, we're going to get into you guys' questions. Make sure that you ask Hakim questions. Make sure that you guys ask Reggie questions. Hey, and feel free to ask me some questions too. So let's go to Facebook.
Make sure my joint's still playing.
That was Snapchat, bro.
I'm figuring it out. All this technology messing me up.
All right, so there
we go.
All right, so we're on Facebook now, guys. So let's see here. We have quite a few questions. So let's run through. Let's see the first question. All right, so Janice Denise Atkins, she asked this: how do you keep yourself motivated in a transition from high school to college? It can be intimidating going from high school as a star and going to college being the lower man on the totem pole. So both of you guys have 20 seconds to answer that question. So with you, Hakim.
Well, what did it for me was I watch videos, honestly, of players in my position. You know what I'm saying? Just doing their thing. It's a matter of doing research. At the time, like, Sean Taylor was my guy. I watched a bunch of Sean Taylor videos like, I can be this guy. I can do this. I can do that. It's just a matter of knowing that you can do it, knowing that you can be better. and not being complacent at the spot that you were at the moment.
Right.
Because you coming out of high school raw. I came out of 17 raw, knowing I was raw, knowing I was still going to grow, knowing I was still going to get better. It's a matter of knowing and understanding the fact that you have time to progress, you have time to get better, and you're not going to be stuck as the player that you are right now for the rest of your life. Like I don't feel like I ever reached my peak through the injuries, through the things that's going on. Like I was close to it, but I don't feel like I ever reached my peak. And just staying motivated by, seeing people who are doing it.
Right.
That's what got me through. That's what helped me push through personally.
All right, Reggie, how would you answer that question?
Just to enjoy your college experience. Just enjoy being out there on the field. Like you said, learn from the next guy that's in front of you, but at the same time, don't listen to what.
Sorry about that.
Just learn from the guy. Don't listen to everything he say, and just enjoy your experience, basically.
All right, enjoy it. So, guys, that's all we have. And so the last question for you guys is this. If you could say one thing to inspire, here on Keeping It Real with Shaquille, we inquire to inspire. If you had one thing to say to inspire the crowd, what would it be?
Truthfully, the one thing that can potentially help you out
Sorry,
is
we
that
keep getting cut off because somebody will keep
God,
going.
you got to trust and believe in God, first of all. At the end of the day, He needs to be your rock. You got to follow Christ. You got to have Christ in your heart. You got to follow Christ to bring you happiness. All right? And He's going to give you genius level talent. He's going to give you a talent. Everybody has a talent that God gives you. It's just a matter of understanding what makes you happy. Because whatever makes you happy, that's what God's giving you as your talent. Whatever you've been through, whatever you come through, whatever you prospered through, whatever you got through in your life, that's your story. Yeah. All right, you got to use that to build. All right, and building off of that is what's going to give you your future. That's what's going to give you hope. It's a matter of like tapping into that talent. All right, going and progressing off of what you've been through, and using that as your gift. And just pouring into it. And as you pour into that, that's what's going to bring success. Working on your own, leaving a foundation for your kids, leaving that foundation, for everybody coming after you. Because at the end of the day, you want to set in stone. You want to set that foundation for your family. Period. All right, and God's going to give you that genius level talent. It's a matter of tapping into it and, taking it to the roof.
All right, Reggie, if you had one thing to say to inspire the crowd, inspire the audience, what would it be?
Keep God first and never second guess yourself.
Hey, both said keep God first so you know exactly what it's about. Guys, this is season 3 of Keeping It Real with Shaquille. Make sure that you guys go follow Hakim, go follow Reggie, support these guys and their vision and everything that they're doing, and make sure that you thank them when you get a chance to for spending time with us here on the show. And guys, make sure that you tune in April the 11th here on Facebook Live at 7 o'clock p.m. for the season premiere of Keeping It Real with Shaquille. That's all the time we got. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. God bless. Love you guys. Hey, this is Keeping It Real with Shaquille, where we inquire. We inquire to inspire. See you later.